As we near the end of Asian Heritage Month, we've got a roundup of small Asian-owned businesses that we can all support. So Pei has a showcase of incredible foodie finds to look out for. I'm loving your setup. Hey, Pei.
Hi, Tracy. Yeah, this is definitely a month where we've been highlighting Asian-owned businesses, and I thought, let's carry this forward. Like, here are some great things for you to discover that are also delicious. So it kind of does two great things. The other is to help you make your food taste better. And going forward, there's things that you can know about. So I want to start off with one of my absolute favorites that I discovered during the pandemic. It's a company called Cook with Zing. It is Toronto-based. 3 friends started this. They launched in the fall of 2020. Basically, they realized that they missed their favorite flavors from the takeout and the restaurants that we could no longer visit. So they came up with what they call Pantry Shortcuts. There are 3 condiments, there's some seasoning salts, and the idea is that a lot of people, we're busy or we maybe don't have the cooking skills we wish we had. So we want something that adds a ton of flavor without a lot of work. So one of my absolute favorites, I've gone through several jars, is the Hakka-ish chili crisp. This is a take on the traditional Szechuan chili crisp, which has the kind of mouth-numbing Szechuan peppercorns. They've added a little bit of an Indo-Chinese flavor because of their own backgrounds. It is perfect on everything. I put it on my eggs in the morning. I eat it with dumplings, with noodles, with any sort of carb. It's beautiful. I absolutely think this is definitely a go-to condiment. It's not spicy so much as it is flavorful. There's some salt. There's lots of umami. Another condiment that they launched with was the Mogombo spiced garlic spread. This is also really delicious. It's got obviously a lot of garlic flavor, a little bit of sweetness. Perfect as a dip, for example. You could have it on your eggs, your toast.
Oh, I'm going to try them. That sounds right up my alley. And who doesn't love a pantry shortcut? So good. Okay, who's next?
There are 3 companies that I'm going to highlight. And what I also love is that they are Asian owned, but they're also female run companies. They're all based out of British Columbia. And what they did is they came together to offer a little sampler pack of one of each of their products for Asian Heritage Month. So they work on the same commissary kitchen. So the first one I'm going to highlight is Van Koji. This is Ashio Koji, and it might be a product that not as many viewers are familiar with, but once you try it, you'll absolutely love it. So Tanami, she's Japanese, and she started experimenting with this. Koji is the starter for a lot of traditional Japanese ingredients. So your sake, your soy sauce, your mirin, your miso, for example, it just adds a lot of flavor. So definitely add this to your pantry, and once you start experimenting, you'll find really great ways to use it. I also love kimchi. So this is salty cabbage kimchi, started by Chen. She was making food in her restaurant, in her family's Korean restaurant, but the kimchi became so popular, she decided to make it on its own and sell that. What I love is that you can order this obviously online as the starter pack and try it out for yourself. Send it to other people. And then True Nosh has a vegan XOXO sauce. The traditional XO sauce usually has seafood in it. So she came up with her own interpretation of this. She's a registered dietitian, Renee Chen, and she started her line of sauces and condiments when she lost her father to diabetes. So she wanted to let people know that there are ways that you can add really amazing flavor with sauces and condiments to your food without the added sugar, and in ways that can be healthy.
Oh, I like that one as well, because if it tastes good without the sugar, I'm a saucy girl, but the sugar is off the chart. So I think that is such a great alternative, and I'm getting hungry. What have you got next?
All right, I think you'll love this one. This, to me, is packaged as a beautiful gift. This is Sanjeev Masala Company. It's 5 jars of spice blends, so masala blends, cut in this gift box. I love the story behind this. So this is actually brand new. It just launched last month. And Sanjay Sethi, he, along with his brother, it's a classic immigrant story. He worked his way up in restaurants in Toronto. And then in 1996, they opened a fine dining Indian restaurant in Toronto, which wasn't very common at the time. It was the host restaurant. Since then, it's grown to 5 other locations. They have a catering arm as well. It did really well, and his family helped him run it actually. In 2019, Sanjeev passed away from cancer. And his family wanted to honor his legacy, and they wanted to put out the masala blends that he had worked for so long perfecting and get people the opportunity to make their famous dishes at home. So this beautiful masala kit was born. And also, it really was something that came of the pandemic because restaurants suffered so much that the family realized this was a way to shift and kind of stay in business by offering these really wonderful spices that people could experiment with at home. And for those who may not be as familiar with cooking with, a tandoori masala or garam masala, for example, they have recipes on their website, so you can get some inspiration. And I am, during the pandemic, I'm in the mode of ordering all these things for myself, but just ordering gifts for people that I haven't been able to see. And I think this is definitely a very thoughtful one.
You know what I like and what's very thoughtful is hearing all of the stories behind this food, because we make a connection, right? I think you did a lovely job with that, Pei. Thank you so much. So it's delicious and everything has heart. We appreciate that. So details on all of these great things, these foodie finds, are up on our website, so you can find them all. That's cityline.tv.